So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ask YP Now show. This is a show focused on positive living, work-life balance, living with passion, success in life and business, and most importantly, making the world a better place. And this evening, we've got, actually it's not evening, isn't it? Depending on where you are this morning, this afternoon, this evening, we've got a special guest all the way from the Philippines. Zonito, which part of the Philippines are you in?
I'm in Manila.
Okay, all the way from Manila, Philippines, we've got Miss Zonito. So, can you just spend about 2 to 3 minutes, telling us a bit about yourself?
I'm a journalist. That's
Oh,
my profession. And at the same time, I'm also a public relations expert. And from then, I moved to entrepreneurship, which is manufacturing.
okay, that's very, very interesting. Okay, now I first heard about Zonito. She's obviously a BNI member in the Philippines. Through my partner Dexter Ortega, telling about her story. Okay, and I was so impressed to hear that this is one person who started a business with 200 peso. And 200 peso, if you convert this to US dollars, because not everybody know what the peso is. 200 Philippines peso converted US dollar is how much would that be?
It's about $4.
Or US dollars, isn't it? So many people
Yeah.
think that it's so hard to start an entrepreneurship journey, and they need lots and lots of cash. But we've got this amazing lady here who started a business with only 4 US dollars. Can you tell us how that happened?
Yeah, and our my business actually started with 200 pesos because I was trying to address a problem for myself, her health problem. And
Okay.
in our backyard, or rather maybe all the Filipinos know about this malunggay or moringa, and it's a very nutritious leaf or vegetables. And to address it, I actually started drinking it. And at the same time, I started to make it as part of a. I thought about maybe I can sell something and at the same time make money, and that's how we started. And I started a few of bottles, and then there it goes. People liked it, and so we made over and over and over again. Yeah.
So when you use the 200 peso to first get it started, what was it used for? To start bottling or?
Now, amazingly, because our family had a business, and we were doing a small time coated
Okay.
peanuts, and since I knew how to cook the coated peanuts, I said, why don't I put in a moringa, sprinkled moringa? And
Okay.
and when I was doing that, I said, wow, this tastes good. And so I bought 2 kilos of the peanuts, and then I started putting them in a small plastic and sold it like a, how do you call it, a five, maybe 50 cents. That's a Filipino
Okay.
centavos. And then it was, people were buying it, and then I said, oh, what about now that I have this malunggay iced tea that I make it, also do it, and at the same time sell it. So that's how it started. The 200 pesos became 2,000, and 2,000 went into 200,000, 200,000, and into, the rest is history. And you just keep on repeating and repeating the things that you do in the business. Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, for those of you listening in, if you are thinking about doing a business and you are hesitating, listen to Zonito. Just go and get it started with a small investment. Remember, 4 US dollars, and you suddenly, if you find it working, you just what's the saying? Repeat and rinse, isn't it? You keep on doing the same thing and just grow it, scale it up bigger. So you're saying that the peanut coated, is it something like a peanut brittle?
Yes, something like that. But it's the peanut brittle actually it comes together, But this one,
Okay.
it's separate. It's individual. It's individually packed
Sure.
in
Okay.
sugar,
Wow.
and it's sprinkled with the moringa.
Yeah. So
which is
normally if I look at
ingredient.
a snack, I'm diabetic. I'm diabetic. Okay. So whenever I look at any sugar coated snack, I will say, oh no, that's not good for me. But then if you put a bit of moringa in it, that is healthy food, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, because it has a lot of nutrition. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and
I love
amazing.
mm, I love moringa because way back I'm originally from Penang, okay, Malaysia. Okay, and yeah, we do have moringa there. And ever since I went to Cebu, and what was the dish you told me? The seafood soup with the
The
moringa,
tinola.
tino, tinola. Yeah, ever since
Yeah.
I had the tinola there, I fallen in love with the um, here in the Philippines you call it malunggay, isn't it? Right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I fallen in love with the malunggay, and I actually have got a friend who got a malunggay tree in Perth, and she helped me harvest the young shoots, and I actually have been cooking tinola a fair bit. Good.
It's
So,
actually
so
delicious.
it is delicious. Okay,
Yeah.
right. I try to eat as healthy as I can. Now, tell me a bit more about your product. Okay, so it started off with that coated, peanuts. Okay, so from then on, how do you develop a business? Tell us more about your product development first before you talk about your business. Yeah.
Yeah, and because I'm mass communications graduate. My interest is actually on writing, news reporting, and so I don't have a background on FNF research and development. So I went to the DOST. That's the Department of Science and Technology in the Philippines, and they actually
Okay.
help you. So I said to them that I'd love to develop this concoction that I've made. It's not just moringa, but it is actually combinations of three different vegetables. YP, it's ginger and
Oh,
okra.
oh,
So
okay.
M2 he has malunggay, it is moringa,
Mm.
okra, and ginger.
Okay.
And I said, please help me. And they said, oh yeah, we can help you. And their comment was, it's good thing you thought about it. But for us, we did not even think about putting these three together as a drink. And I said,
Mm,
yeah, you should try it. And so they taught me how to package it. They taught me how to pasteurize. And I started very, very small. And
mm,
I've been doing it for the last 3 years, and that was, and when they said, you can apply in DOST, the Department of Science and Technology. We have that you can borrow money for zero interest. I said,
oh,
what? I can borrow money? And they goes, yeah, you can borrow. So I did. So I borrowed 2 million.
okay.
And when I borrowed the 2 million, they said, oh, you must make a projection. I said, oh, okay, that's easy. And YP, projections are just projections, right? So I projected big. I said, I want I want in the next 10 years. I want to be in all the department stores in the country, and also as well as in the different parts of the world. And
Mm-hmm.
they approved, and I said, yeah, sure, why not? You can have your 2 million and pay it in 4 years time.
Okay.
I did. I paid it in the 4 years time. I had the machine, and
Mm,
I had automatic, semi-automatic machine that I can produce. When we were before starting, we produced only about 100 bottles per day. But now we can actually produce at least 10,000 bottles per day. Isn't that
wow.
amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just want to comment because I'm very interested in health. Being a diabetic, of course. Why those three key ingredients? Why? Okay. Why do you choose those three ingredients?
Very first, the moringa is actually because I loved it because it has 72 nutrients. And
Mm-hmm.
ginger is actually my taste. It's my flavoring, the ginger.
Okay.
And the okra is actually my concentration, which is to make it sticky. When I
Okay.
was developing the product, I always want to be more natural. And I thought, yeah, why not? And the OSC said, yeah, why not? You can try it. And yes, that's the reason why all those ingredients are vegetables. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because okra is also known. I mean, of course, we know about the effect, the positive benefits of the malunggay. Okra is actually one of those vegetables that diabetics, are always asked to eat because it's supposed to lower the blood sugar, and ginger
Yeah.
always stimulates your metabolism, and it also helps sometimes with joint issues. So all are very healthy ingredients. Yeah, yeah. Good,
And
good, good.
everything is there in that drink, and the drink doesn't taste at all any of those vegetables. It tastes like when you mix it with water, it tastes like real iced tea, an iced tea
Mm.
that you buy in the market. And when you put milk instead of water, it actually tastes like milk tea.
Oh, okay.
And if you place soda water or sparkling water, it actually would taste like cola.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a versatile.
So is it what I see those bottles there? Are they are they concentrates or are they like drink straight from the bottle?
The one with the leaf, with the green cap, is ready to drink. So you don't need to mix anything. It's ready to take it anywhere. The one with
Mhm.
the white caps are actually concentrated. So you can mix it. You
Okay.
can make your drink a little bit less sugar,
Mm,
and or you want to make it sweeter. But you see, the sugar that we used here is brown muscovado sugar, so
okay.
it's not refined. So it still has nutrition.
Okay. So it is a lower GI sugar, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Good, good, good. So next, I can't wait to be back to the Philippines again, and get to try this. Yeah, I'll make sure that my team members get me a few bottles of it to test that. Okay.
Hey, YP, I have good news for you. M2 is now in Penang, in
Is it?
Malaysia.
Where?
They have a store. It's called Tate. It's a
Okay, I tell you
baby
what, I will
Tate
go
store.
Google it. I'll go Google it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to
Okay.
send you the link so you can get
Okay.
in touch. She is actually a member of the BNI. And
Oh, okay.
that's how we hooked up together.
Oh, okay. Wow, wow. It's fantastic, isn't it, having a network like that? Which I'll come to in a minute. Okay. So
Yeah,
so in your sharing, so first thing is that you saw possibilities, adding the malunggay into the coated peanuts. Okay, so that's one visionary mindset of entrepreneur. The other one is that you went and approached expertise, the Department of what Science and Technology, the
correct.
DOS, and from then on you were brave enough to take a risk and take a 2 million peso loan. Okay, right? So these are
Yeah.
already three characteristics of entrepreneurship that I see in your sharing. Okay, so what got the business, what got the business exploding, you know
This, I think, I also have to mention, YP, that in the span of 12 years, my business actually failed twice.
Okay.
The first time actually, it didn't take off. Um,
Okay.
but I invented what we call the malunggay pandesal, which is apparently very famous in all the bakeries all over the Philippines.
Mm,
And I started it again, and the second time around, I have a partner, and sometimes maybe partners and good, and sometimes maybe partners are not easy. And so I
yeah.
closed down again. So that was the second time. And my son was telling me, "Mama, please stop. Don't go back anymore to this business of yours of M2." I said, "No, I have to go. I have to do it all over again." So on my third business, actually, I almost also failed because in the Philippines, it's very common, moringa, malunga. It's very common. It's found everywhere. And so people
Mm-hmm.
would say, "Oh, will I buy your moringa?" When it's everywhere, we can cook it by ourselves. Um, but what happened was my breakthrough was that somebody, lactating mother, was actually taking M2, and she was
Okay.
actually producing a lot of breast milk. And I said, "What?"
Okay.
I designed M2 for myself because I needed more nutrition. And then later on I decided to design it for children. Those who would like no don't like vegetables, but you can actually drink vegetables with M2. And then suddenly this email that they sent to me, I said, "What is that?" It's a picture of like a frozen ice candy, or and
Okay.
uh and when I saw it, I said, "What is that?" And they said, "Oh, that's a breast milk." What? What? Because I drink actually a breast milk. I go, "Oh my gosh!" And that was a turn around. And I said, "Yeah, come on, let's help a lot of lactating mothers produce more breast milk." So there you go. That was a turn around of M2 from the 200 to millions.
So that's the so it's the same product, but then it's a different benefit, or was it a different formula for lactating mothers?
It's the same formula.
Oh, okay, good.
It's the same product.
Okay, wow, wow.
Yeah.
So then, would your M2 product now be targeted more at lactating mothers, or just still general?
It's actually just general. For me, I prefer to be general. It
Mm,
becomes for those who are sporty, it's their electrolytes. For those who
okay.
kids who don't like to eat vegetables, this is moms. These are your partner, so that your kids can now eat vegetables. And
Mm.
of course, the lactating mothers, yes, it now becomes their partner. And
Okay, wow.
amazing, the OB, how doctors, the
Uh-huh.
OBGY, yeah, the OB doctors, this
Mhm.
actually started to prescribe it in the hospitals.
Okay, wow,
Yeah.
wow. This is like a breakthrough, right? Right. So you were saying that initially when you got your loan, you had this vision of getting your M2 products into the into all across the Philippines, all the major department stores. Has that happened already?
Yes, actually, M2 now is already in all major supermarkets and even in major drugstores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. How long ago did that happen?
My company has been 12 years now. It happened 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were patient enough, working at it, working at it, working at it, and it took you 8 years. But it
Yeah,
shows perseverance, isn't it? When you got this vision and this perseverance, things to come through, right?
that's right.
Yeah. Okay. So just now you talk about that. So your M2 business, you said, um, had to go through, two major challenges. Okay, and then on the third one, you managed to overcome the challenge, and yeah, it is where it is right now. So tell us a bit more. What went through your mind during the first two times? You know, and how do you bounce back, because like recently in the COVID, the last 2 years, there's so many businesses that close down, and they never make it back. So what is different?
First is that you really have to believe that you really have a good product that can actually help the uh, general public. And second would be, you got to understand that if the environment, the economic environment, or even the business environment changes, you have to ride with the flow. and
Mm-hmm.
and the flow is that more in internet base, and closure of stores, and even limited in the supermarkets. You have to think of what is the trend right now. And when the trend is internet, you have to do internet. So what we did was actually market M2 in websites, in
Okay.
Facebook. So to survive, you need to ride with the tide. Otherwise, you'll be drowning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So why did you not give up? So I'm going to ask you that tough question. Okay, why do you not give up?
I really never thought of giving up because I really thought I really have in my heart. I know the product is really something that really helped me. When I was very sickly during the time, and then now I see myself as reversed. I from one medication to 10 medications to now it's back to one. So I
Okay.
mean, why would I stop if it helped me a lot? Then maybe I would be also be helping a lot of people because we are eating the same things, right? You know,
Mm,
uh, and we are made of the same body. So maybe if it worked for me, and if they knew that it will work for them, I
mm.
wouldn't stop because I think I can help someone.
Okay. And I
Yeah,
think this is very interesting, because sometimes people think that to be successful in business, you need to have, a lot of different products to cater for many people. But then, in your case, you've got one, I'll use the word a killer product, one product that works and can help the
yeah.
masses. And I think you're focused in just driving that. Yeah. So, I suppose one of the tip, advice for business owners out there is that don't get distracted with too many shiny objects. Don't have too many SKUs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You gotta have
Mm,
focus one, and when that one focus become a star, then you can start, doing something else.
mm. But then there were so many companies that they have one star product, but the minute they start to think of a second one and they got distracted, the business start to slow down. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, there are, stories to that, to the opposite to that. Yeah. But then I think that's a very key point that there's the book that they say the one thing. you know what's the one thing you need to focus on in your business, that once you focus on it, everything else becomes irrelevant or will be simple to do. So for you, what is that one thing in your business that when you focus on, everything else become automatic?
It's when you actually my focus would be if you believe that the product is actually good, it's beneficial for the general public, whatever the problems would be, you can always set it aside and then you move forward and look for that one potential thing. And if that another person believes the product, then that's not just you alone. And then you find this another person, another person, another person. Then there'll be like
Okay.
10 of you already doing it.
Okay.
An
So the
ally.
first so the first thing your first, I'll use the word the vision, early on when you shared, is that you wanted to have your product in every departmental store across the Philippines. So that's been achieved. Then the second thing is, of course, I know the answer because you say it's already in Penang. Um, you wanted to go international. How successful have you been in bringing this product international?
Actually, the very thing that really helped me a lot was when I became a BNI member.
Okay.
We are now in Malaysia and moving towards Taiwan. Actually, Taiwan, we're already
Okay.
started. And we're looking at another country, which is Japan. And yeah, so that works out well. The networking that I joined, which is BNI, it's really awesome because this is where I can expand my business without really going anywhere else but only in Zoom. And you can
Yeah.
actually close a business like that. Yeah.
That's quite amazing, isn't it? I'll probably get you to do a recording of a different, at a different time, to do a video testimonial about the networking and BNI,
Yes.
because I'm
Yes.
also involved with BNI. Very
Yes.
good, very good. Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you put building a network uh, into the importance of being able to do a global business? I know this is
I'll
a
be
loaded question on a scale of 1 to 10.
yeah, 10 being the highest, I would say
Yes.
7. I'll
Okay.
be yeah. I wouldn't be going too much of the 10 because I know there's going to be difficulties, but 7 is manageable, and which means you don't put yourself into a higher expectation so that when you fall, it doesn't sound so bad.
Okay. So
Yeah.
basically, you're saying that networking on a scale of 1 to 10 rates about 7 in terms of being able to go global. Good. Um, what would other factors be that would complete it into a 10? Okay, what other things apart from a strong network that you need to be able to take a business global?
I think it's and the other things that will be difficult, of course, will be the logistics part, having the best partners to doing it. Or are the
Mhm.
partners actually having stores, or are they particularly doing a personal doing the business by themselves, or are they passing it to someone else? And those are the things that are uh, things that we need to be worry about. Yeah.
Okay, okay, fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you, as we're coming up, towards the 30-minute mark, because it's supposed to be a 30-minute show. For people who've got ideas, okay, wanting to start a business, okay, what would your tips be for budding entrepreneurs?
Passion and consistency and resilience. You gotta
Okay,
have the passion to whatever the product or whatever you wanted to do. Patience, not to let go if something happens, and resiliency is that if something goes wrong, you bounce back quickly.
okay, and what sort of and how do we bounce back? Okay,
How do you bounce back? I guess you go back again to, is this relevant for me? Is this something important for me? Is this what I really want to do? And if you are answering that sincerely with your heart, then no matter what it is, you bounce back because that's exactly what you want.
because the why is as they say, isn't it? If the why is very strong, we'll always find a way or a
Yeah.
solution to whatever challenge you face. Okay. So
Yes.
thank you so much. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a bit of adverts. Okay, so for those
Yes.
of you who are listening in, the Ask YP Now live show happens every Thursday, 7 p.m. Manila time, which is like Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia time. Um, every week we're gonna have a different guest, and we're gonna talk about topics that is of interest to in general interest, and especially to business owners. We're gonna share inspiring stories like Zonito, who started with 200 peso, and what's your turnover now?
About 35 million
35 million. So
gross.
can you imagine, wow, 35 million peso, what is 35 million divided by
Uh,
200?
let's see,
It's about
35,
140,000 X.
about $700,000.
Yeah, but several thousand US dollars worth of business. So the question is, how can you transform from a $4 US to a 700,000 US dollar business? Okay, and thank you, Zonito, for sharing your little tips, strategies on how to do that. So that's the SYP Now live show. So do come and join us, be a regular, and I can guarantee you're gonna learn something and you're gonna meet interesting people every Thursday evening. And as a way of saying thank you so much, okay,
Yes.
for joining us. If this is the first time joining us, please get a copy of this free book. I've written a book called Showing People How to Work Less and More. And that's my passion because I see so many business owners working so hard and yet they don't manage their cash flow well enough. Okay. So I wrote this book hoping to help people to be able to work less, earn more so they can spend more quality times with their loved ones, doing things they're most passionate about. This book is available on Amazon.com and it's an Amazon bestseller. But I'm not asking you to go to Amazon. I'm just asking you to go to this link. You can take a picture of this or go to my QR code up there, and the link is there. Get a free copy of this book, compliments from me, right? Thank you. And so, by the way, let me just put this one up here. So, if all of you are interested, to find out a little bit more about M2 and also get in touch, okay, with Zonito. This is her Facebook page and her website, okay, right?
Yeah.
So do
All
reach out
right.
to her if you want to connect. And by the way, if there's one thing I can do for you, Zonito, what would that be?
Great. Thank you for asking. Yes, I would like to have a global expansion. So those who are actually interested with our product, please do. YP, we are looking for distributors and partners. Thank you.
Okay, so if you're listening in, whether you're listening in live, listening to a recording of this, if you're interested in the M2 product, which is a malunggay or moringa based product, and you think there's a market in your local country, and you've got friends or you yourself is interested to be a partner with Zonito, which is an amazing business lady, come and give her touch base with her and explore. You never know. You'll never know. Okay, so with
Exactly.
this, I wish everybody a final good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Zonito, let's wave to everybody. Okay,
Yes.
right, okay. And we wish you all the success in your business journey. Okay, right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm just gonna play a little outro, and then we will just end the show there. Okay.
All right.